The NBA has grown a lot in the last decade with the new TV deals and the globalization of the league, and all that has a major impact on the deals the players are able to sign. The top news from the 2023 NBA free agency is Jaylen Brown's 5-year, $304 million supermax extension with the Boston Celtics, which is by far the biggest NBA contract ever. Brown's contract even tops Nikola Jokic's $272 million deal the two-time MVP signed last year with the Denver Nuggets. It was clear that with the latest NBA collective bargaining agreement, the players' deals would go sky high, and this is the first of many that would go over $300 million. The value of Brown's deal is something that got the attention of everybody associated with the league, and there are many who are questioning the Celtics' decision to ink Brown a huge deal like this. Not that JB doesn't deserve to get paid, but many questions arise. What is the Celtics' plan long-term? What does this deal mean for Jayson Tatum, who is eligible for an extension next summer? Does this deal make the Celtics better long-term? We'll explore all this in the video. So let's see how Jaylen Brown and the Celtics came to this point of signing the biggest deal in NBA history. Brown has been in Boston his entire career after the Celtics drafted him 3rd overall in the 2016 NBA Draft. Brown was coming off the bench during his rookie season when he averaged only 6.6 points per game. The following season, he was inserted into the starting lineup and started in all games he played in. He showed his potential in the playoffs as he scored a then-playoff career-high 30 points in helping Boston take a 2-0 lead with a 120-106 win against the Milwaukee Bucks in the first-round series. Being 21, Brown became the youngest player in Celtics history to score 30 or more points in a playoff game. The team and the Celtics fan base had huge expectations of Brown after that, and going into his 3rd season, he was facing a lot of criticism. The Celtics had a bad start to the season, and Brown was the one to blame. The local media focused on Brown lacking focus and discipline and taking too many long twos. JB finished that season averaging 13 points per game and played 5 minutes less on average than the previous season, and many put him on the trading block. However, the Celtics believed in Brown and signed him to a 4-year, $115 million rookie contract extension in the 2019 offseason. At just 22 years old, Brown was poised for a breakout season, and he didn't disappoint. Playing 33.9 minutes per game, a significant increase from the previous season, he took on a more prominent role and thrived, averaging a career-high 20.3 points and 6.4 rebounds per game. With his stellar performances, Brown silenced the doubters and proved his worth as a key asset for the Celtics' future success. The contract extension proved to be a wise investment as Brown's growth and development continued to elevate the team's chances of reaching new heights in the NBA. The following season, JB made his first All-Star appearance and averaged 24.7 points per game for the season, which ended sooner for him since he had to undergo surgery for a torn ligament in his left wrist. In the 2021-22 season, Brown started with a 46-point performance and a double overtime loss to the New York Knicks, setting a Celtics franchise record for points on an opening night. In January of 2022, JB had his first 50-point game and recorded his first career triple-double. That was the season when the Celtics became a real contender and made it to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2010. Brown averaged 23.5 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 3.7 assists in a 6-game NBA Finals loss to the Golden State Warriors. Last season, Brown made his second All-Star appearance. He averaged 26.6 points per game, which put him 9th in the league. He shot a solid 49.1% from the field and 33.5% from three-point territory. In the regular season, he scored over 40 points 3 times and had his season-high 43 points in the 111-109 loss to the Houston Rockets. Jaylen Brown proved to be a star right alongside Jayson Tatum in the Celtics' impressive 2022-23 playoff run. However, despite him and Tatum's outstanding performances, the team faced a tough series against Miami, going down 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Both Tatum and Brown did everything they could to win 3 straight games and tie the series 3-3. However, the Celtics took a disappointing L in Game 7 where both players seemed to fold under the pressure. Jaylen Brown, in particular, encountered one of his lowest scoring outings of the postseason, registering just 19 points on 8 of 23 shooting from the field. Many had high expectations for Brown to step up and lead the team to victory in such a crucial game against Miami, despite Jayson's reputation as the best player on the team. Despite this Game 7 performance and disappointing loss, the Celtics once again backed Jaylen Brown with a contract extension, the biggest in NBA history. Brown was named to the All-NBA second team, which played a huge role in the $304 million extension. Being 7 years in the league, making the All-Star and All-NBA teams made him eligible for a supermax extension. Many see this as a huge gamble by the Celtics, and here's why. Before we continue, if you're enjoying the story of Jaylen Brown's journey to a $300 million contract, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content like this. Now, the first main concern for the Celtics is how much money they will have left for the next offseason, as Jayson Tatum, who was named to the All-NBA first team in the last 2 seasons, will become eligible for a supermax extension, and he is expected to sign an even bigger deal with the Celtics. There is no doubt that Tatum is the best player on the Celtics roster, which means that he would definitely sign a bigger contract than Brown. Last season, Tatum was the 6th best scorer in the league, averaging 30.1 points per game and also averaging 8.8 rebounds and 4.6 assists per game. Tatum set an NBA record with 51 points in Game 7 in the second-round series against the Philadelphia 76ers for the most points in a decisive game in history. It will be interesting to see if Brown's role with the Celtics will grow after signing the $304 million deal, but there is no doubt that Tatum will still be the go-to guy in Boston. The Celtics will definitely offer Tatum the max deal next summer, which is not the biggest problem, but what may hurt them long-term is the available salary cap space they would have with Brown and Tatum's huge contracts. The Celtics traded for Kristaps Porzingis this offseason, who will give them the size they needed in the last playoff runs. The Latvian center will earn over $36 million next season, and it is hard to believe that the Celtics would be able to keep him after signing Tatum to a max deal. It is a fact that Tatum and Brown have similar skill sets, playing styles, and cover the same position. There's no doubt that they'll keep playing next to each other, but surrounding them with the talent that can make the Celtics a real contender may be a problem. They lost Marcus Smart and Grant Williams in the offseason, which were their 2 best defenders, and even though Porzingis will be able to cover the paint, it's clear that the Celtics would need to add some players to enhance their team on the defensive end. Brown is seen as one of the players who would need to step up his defensive role. Now, as he is set to make $52.3 million in the 2024-25 season and $65.1 million in the last season of his new deal, which is the 2028-29 season, Brown will be under a lot of pressure, and there is no room for any more excuses for him or the Celtics. Having Tatum and Brown as core pieces has brought the Celtics to the brink of championship contention in recent years, but they fell short despite their playoff runs. With the new contract, Boston appears to be entrusting Jaylen Brown with a leadership role to propel them to the elusive title. As Jayson Tatum's max deal looms, the pressure to compete for a championship every season intensifies. The Celtics front office and fans have high expectations for this dynamic duo to finally bring home the coveted Larry O'Brien trophy. If these two stay healthy, there is no doubt that the Celtics will be contenders, but the rest of the roster will make the difference between a championship or another pre-finals exit. Porzingis would need to accept a pay cut if he wants to stay long-term with the Celtics, which he would probably not agree to. Al Horford is turning 38 this year, so the Celtics will need to add another big man soon to provide valuable minutes off the bench behind Porzingis. With the money they are spending, they won't have enough to add another all-star talent to fill that void. However, keeping Brown long-term has to be seen as a good move by the Celtics. He has been improving every single year and has grown into a player that can take over any game when needed. Even though he brings a lot to the table, is he really worth a $304 million extension? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Jaylen Brown's historic $304 million supermax extension with the Boston Celtics has undoubtedly made waves across the NBA community. While it's clear that Brown's talent and contributions merit a significant payday, the deal has raised pertinent questions about the Celtics' long-term strategy. With such a massive investment in Brown, fans and analysts alike are pondering how this will impact the team's future plans, especially concerning Jayson Tatum's impending extension next summer. As time passes, their plans will unfold, and we'll see firsthand how this affects their competitiveness and financial flexibility down the line. That's all for today. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. If you enjoy this kind of NBA content, be sure to like, subscribe, and click to watch this next video.